Hello, welcome to week 2 of Reversing Insulin Resistance course. If you're new here, I'm Dr. Michael Henderson. Super pleased to meet you. This is a 12-week course that I take individuals through to help reverse type 2 diabetes, prediabetes, insulin resistance. Okay. If you want these course materials and need them, please comment down below or go to my website, michaelhendersonmd.com. But for those of you in the course, let's go. So this is week 2. I'm just going to talk through a little bit of what we are going through and walk you through the steps because I think it's helpful and I have some insights that I just want to share and think would be helpful. So first, go to your manual, second week, and this will be page 9 on iteration June. Anyway, page 9. So the week 2 of Reverse It program is an intro into stress, mindset, and goals. If you went through week 1 and you're like, wow, there's a lot of like meditation, visualization, what's my deep why? I want to get moving. Here we go. Week 2 is we're going to be moving, okay? So first, there's some information about stress, what it does, increasing your stress hormone, cortisol. Increased cortisol, you can think about it like, sure, saber-toothed tiger, right? Let's think. Ancient ancestors. Saber-toothed tiger, stress, right up. What would the body want to run away or to fight? It wants energy. And what is the main energy source in our body is glucose. There's a lot of other energy sources, but it's glucose. So when we're stressed, our liver says, there you go, blood. There's some glucose to have as you fight or run. In modern society, we don't see saber-toothed tigers, we see our CEO, we see children that are in distress. Whatever it is that will cause stress increases blood sugar. Increased blood sugar can cause insulin resistance, and that's a negative cycle. So let's learn more about that. In this section, you're going to go through your top 3 stressors, okay? And you're going to reflect on that. You're going to go to the back resources and it will show you, and this is page 59, write it down. My current stress level is 0 out of 10. My top daily 3 stressors are waking up knowing I have to get out the door on time, driving, being unprepared for a certain meeting, talking with a certain person, just whatever comes to your mind, write down those 3 things. Next, what are your physical, emotional, and behavioral signs that you're under stress? Some, I turn to food. Some, I go right to social media and start scrolling. Some, I get angry. So just check off the boxes, notice it. Let's take a new perspective and look at ourselves. What are signs that I'm stressed? And it's just grateful to it's great to bring awareness to that. So that's the first reflections. Then we get on to study activity number 2, developing a growth mindset. Carol Dweck is one that I highly esteem as having progressed significantly with the growth mindset. I try to say that with the growth mindset for her, I don't know why, but she is like really helpful in learning about the growth mindset. In her book, she talks about these incredible athletes, individuals, Olympic athletes that have developed this growth mindset. And the way that the growth mindset works is basically, do we see ourselves as is, and that is like there, it's fixed. I'm not changing. I am not a biker. I am unhealthy, like fixed, versus growth. I am working on. I enjoy doing and learning more about. Where a growth mindset is almost like you're seeing maybe where you are right now, and also like where you're on the path to. And it's tricky because some might be like, I don't like biking. I'm never going to bike, and I don't want to be on a growth mindset for bike. Then don't focus on that one. What's something you want to grow in? I want to be a more patient mom. Okay. What would be a fixed mindset and what would be a growth mindset of that? Fixed, I expect my children to listen and obey me. Okay. I get angry and I am an angry mom after 5 times of them saying no. What would a growth mindset be? A growth mindset could be, I am learning new skills of calming myself when I'm angry? Is that something that might be helpful? I am recognizing signs of stress before I talk to my children so that I can approach them more calmly. I can really get to know them. I'm getting to know my children, to love them more deeply, to communicate more effectively with them. So that's growth mindset thoughts. So the activity right there on page 10, what are some fixed mindset thoughts? And with type 2 diabetes, sometimes is I can't eat super healthy food. I can't exercise 5 days a week. I can't wake up and meditate. How can you change those to a growth mindset? I invite you to do that. Last is smart goal setting. Quick little thing on this. My children and I do this frequently together. On Sundays, we'll get together and I'll start talking through them. Like, hey, what are goals? What are things that you're interested in or excite you? How can I support you in that? Let's create a goal. Now, SMART goals are great. I am just going to say something, and this is on page 60 now as one of the worksheets for SMART goals. There's a place for 3 goals. It takes work to set good goals. One of the reasons is because when you set a good goal, it is like a V8 engine in your car. It is just going to hum, okay? Or a certain large volt battery in a Tesla, I don't know. Having good goals helps you with very much clarity. I do this as a business owner. I do this as a physician. I do this as a father. I would argue with the help of God, family, and so many other like forces and people. But goal setting has been a component to helping me become a physician, double board certified, teaching in medical school, being able to still help patients, like being a father and husband. There's so many things I'm so grateful for. Goal setting, I would say, has been a large part, so helpful in that. So the act of setting goals is difficult. I'm just going to say that. And it's going to be clunky if you're not used to it at first, because it's a lot of work, but also so worth it. It's just a matter of being able to see what you're going to achieve and get super, super specific about it. Some fear that being so specific sets them up for failure. I would argue the contrary. It sets you up for success because you know exactly what you're going to be doing. I'll do a quick example, okay? So growth mindset, I am learning of my stressors and anxieties while I talk to my children so that I can then talk to them more calmly. So I'm going to use that for my first goal. So what I like to do with the specific, what exactly will I do and why? The why is so huge because I love my children and I want them to have memories of me smiling as a parent. That's my why. Second, so what exactly I'm going to do? And I'm going to say something like, whenever I'm talking to my children, so whenever I'm talking to my children, I'm going to do a quick check on my mood and stress level. That's my what, okay? Just 1 second. And then if I am stressed and know I'm stressed, see how your goals can get long, but that's okay. I will excuse myself and take 3 big deep breaths and notice something of one of my senses. And if it's still appropriate to talk to my child, I will then go to them calmly. That's a really long goal, but that's what I'm going to do. And how I said that twice, or whenever I talk to my children, how will I track this? I'm going to put a sticky note. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to put a sticky note on my mirror, right with a writing utensil there, and I will check off how many times I completed that. Okay. Achievable. Is this realistic for me right now? Can I take this time? Absolutely. Not a problem. This will take at most an extra minute. It's going to help my children a lot and me. So, achievable, absolutely. Relevant. How does this support my reversal? It's going to decrease my cortisol levels. Absolutely, this helps support my reversal. Time bound. When will I complete this? I'm going to do this every day of the week. And then my little side person says, but is that realistic? And I say, okay, let's maybe say I'll do it 5 days a week. I'm not doing it all right now. Pretty easy. Got it. There you go. I'm done with a SMART goal. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. And the biggest thing is I have my why, and that's going to provide that motivating force behind that. That is it for week 2. I'm excited for you. My encouragement, get your goal today. and use it throughout the week. The other last quick thing is if you want to find an idea for a goal, go to page 80 and go to your perfect reversal day. Pick 3 things that look interesting to you on there. I want to drink water the first thing in the morning 5 days a week. I'm not going to do a whole SMART goal for that, but you can choose something from the perfect reversal day as one of those 3 goals. Maybe I'm going to go for a 10-minute walk after dinner. Maybe I'm going to practice gratitude every evening. Maybe I'm going to, there's so many good things on that. So I hope this has been helpful. I'm super excited to be back with you and meet and hear your experiences of goal setting and then what you learned. You only fail in goals if you don't learn from it. So I'm excited to hear what you learned. Super excited to have you back. Have a blessed weekend and day, and we'll see you soon.